Live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media, the fake news, and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning. Over 80 show partners now with the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we all want to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
So how can you engage with us? There's multiple ways. You can hit the website, consumerqb.com. Just submit the contact form at consumerqb.com, or I'd like for you to pull out your smartphone, save our hotline number in your phone, because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372 is our hotline. Call or text.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. Please give us a call. Any comments that you like from the show, text or call that number. We want to help you win in any marketplace. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. It's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio today. And Jay Smith, owner of Snoop Inspection, back in the house. Welcome in, Jay.
Yeah, we're coming up on 3 years. It's been a while now.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Long-time friend of the program.
Glad to be here.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the energy side of your home and potentially business as well.
Well, when we're out there on the inspection, we're always trying to give them suggestions around the house, whether it be maintenance or improvements that they will make over the next decade, making the house more efficient.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. I love that aspect of where our future is going, where things are going in the United States. Of course, Elon Musk with Tesla, a lot of things happening, a lot of the solar areas. So really cool space, and we're going to explore that more today with Jay Smith, Snoop Inspection. Also, back in the house, Paul Bundschu, he's a sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating. Welcome in, sir.
Good morning. With Paul with One Stop Cooling, we are a statewide company. We can service pretty much anybody in the state of Florida.
Awesome, yeah. And you know what's really been resonating lately with our show is the indoor air quality. We're going to talk about that today on the show and some of the different services you provide. One-stop cooling and heating. It's that time of the year. It's getting hot. It's getting warm out there. Humidity's back up. So we want to make sure you engage us with the show as well. And we've got Manny Febre. He's filling in for his brother Sean this time, and he's the with Febre Frameworks. Welcome in, Manny.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. As usual, we want to bring affordable real estate photography to everyone here in Tampa Bay and all over the world. So we're going to continue to bring affordable photography.
That's right. I love it. Video, drone videos, aerial photography. I love getting those drones up there above my listings. I'm with Platinum MVP Realty, and what a great opportunity to fully maximize your property and get the exposure out there as well. When you look at these videos, you can do these video walkthroughs to showcase the interior properties. So more from Manny coming up as well. And we always start our show with a little personal development, and we're going to help you call that audible. We got Peyton helping us with that audible there. So today what we want to talk about is developing the discipline of clear thinking. Whenever in life you have these different decisions, let's face it, this is the fastest pace of life ever in the history of planet Earth here. You've got so many decisions that you're making on a daily basis. Things are happening faster, more fluid than ever with the texting, tweeting, all these different things happening, right? So what you want to do is make sure, especially when you're dealing with relationships, key decisions, money, or other major decisions, that you develop the discipline of clear thinking. And I want you to think about this. Picture a bucket of water that has dirt in it, a bucket of silt, right? So the longer that bucket, if it's shaken up, it's stirred up, it's going to be really hard to see through it. But the longer that bucket sits and the dust settles, the dirt settles to the bottom, you're going to be able to see clearly through that. So I want you to think about that in your mind as the way that this happens. And Thomas Edison, by the way, said, thinking is the hardest of all disciplines. And the rule is you want to think on paper. You want to get it out of your head, take it. There's something magical that happens when you take it out of your head and you put it down on paper. It becomes tangible at that point. You want to write down all the details, the pros, the cons, the cost associated. You want to think about it almost like a SWOT analysis if you're in business. You want to look at strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Where are our strengths? Where are we vulnerable? What's going on from a legal capacity? And take those things into account. Now, fast decisions are usually wrong decisions. And here's one I like to do with my daughter when I'm getting questioned for a quick answer. It's, okay, if you have to know the answer right now, the answer is no. But if you give me time to think about it, then I might be able to change my mind. I might be able to give you a yes. But the discipline and clear thinking is crucial to your success. Another quarterback tip here, 2-minute drill from the real estate quarterback. All right, let's go ahead. Let's jump right into this great content. Jay Smith, a Snoop inspection back in the house. It's that time of the year, man. It's getting hot out there. People, real estate's moving. It's going to be even hotter these next 60 days. A lot of things happening in the real estate space, Jay.
Absolutely. It's cranking right along, and we have a lot of old houses here in the Tampa market. A lot of 50s, 60s, 70s homes that at that time were considered efficient, but at this time they would not be considered an efficient house.
Right.
And it can be your windows and doors. That would be one of your first things to look at. But, of course, that's one of the more costly items.
Right.
There's other items that are going to come up in your regular maintenance. For instance, your water heater. Is it time to switch to a tankless because your water heater's ready to go out? That can actually save you money. Of course, with a tankless water heater, you really have to consult a professional plumber and decide whether it's the right fit for you. It still might be time to stick with a regular tank water heater. They changed those a couple of years ago, and they're actually more insulated now than they once were. So even if you have a water heater that was only built 5 years ago, they've changed. I mean, they've moved on, and they keep making these things better and better. And, of course, we've all heard about incandescent bulbs for years now that they want to get rid of those. People are still using them. They haven't all worn out, and we're slowly switching into the LED range bulbs and saving energy all across the house.
Yeah, when you think about the tankless water heaters, now that's an interesting concept. I remember I did an LED or LEED certification at one of these different REO conferences one time, and talk a little bit about that because it can save you money on a monthly basis, but it's also better for the environment as well.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, just saving the energy is better for the environment. I mean, that's one of the first things you're looking at.
Yeah.
And the thing about the tankless, you're not heating the water up the whole time. It's basically on demand.
Right.
So when you turn your water spigot on and you're turning the hot water, it doesn't start heating up that water until that point. And it's so quick that it can make it flow through the pipes. And when you finish using it, you shut it down, it stops. Wow. And that means the energy is going to stop going to that appliance. And
if not, it's just constantly providing heat to that water to keep it hot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, people that work all day long, you're heating that water up the entire time you're at work. Do you need hot water when you're not there?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Let's talk about some other areas. What are other areas that you're seeing? And that's one of the things, too, Jay, I got to compliment you on this, is whenever you work with a first-time buyer or even a seller for that matter, if you're doing an upfront inspection with Jay Smith, a Snoop inspection, he takes the extra time. He takes he basically holds your hand, especially for the younger couples maybe buying a home. It's the first time they're really operating a lot of these different systems.
Well, I mean, it's even simple things as far as what shower heads you're buying if you want to save water. Of course, we're here in Florida, and it's all salt water around us. We have to get our fresh water from further up north that's flowing down the rivers, and we're utilizing that. And there's more and more people moving into Florida every single day.
1,000 a day, I think, is
that's some of the numbers I've seen in the last couple of years. So shower heads, if you've still got an old toilet sitting there that's using 3 and 4 gallons per flush to go to a new toilet that's only using 1.2 to 1.5 gallons, each time you're going to do that. And that's all going to be savings in the long run for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. The water is one of the most valuable resources we have. And that's a whole other, there's documentaries out there about water wars and these different, things that happen in that space. But, Jay.
And it's going to become more of a commodity. I mean, water's going to get harder and harder, and we already pay a good amount of money for our water each month through the utilities.
That's right.
So if we can save there, we definitely want to work on saving in those items.
Yeah, hopefully the guys at the top of the chain there are looking more into desalinization. And, we got a lot of water. We just got to get the salt out of it.
And I'm surprised there's not more talk of it. You really don't hear much about it. But I think it's going to be a topic of conversation coming up in the next couple of years is the desalinization plants that may have to be built.
Yeah, I've heard we're selling fresh water, or somehow there's fresh water being sold to other countries by big, huge blocks. I'm not sure where that study came from, but I remember reading that somewhere, but little down a bunny trail there. But yeah, we're going to help you win in any marketplace here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health wheel, and each spoke extending out, representing another one of our 80-plus show partners that are going to help you win in any marketplace, no matter what you're seeing. They come in and they offer expert advice to help you position yourselves in the proper manner, whether you're buying, selling real estate, maybe you're looking to put together a CPA or a tax plan. There's so many ways that we can help you. We've got health experts on the show, as well as a lot of real estate-based expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So we're going to talk more with Jay Smith. He's owner of a Snoop Inspection, as well as Paul Bundschu, sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating, and Manny Febre as well, president of Febre Frameworks. Actually, that's Sean, I think, is the president.
Vice president.
Vice president. Awesome. Okay, so more from our expert contributors. We also got a top 10 list we're going to talk about as well. The top 10 rags to riches stories of all times. So a great lineup for you today here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
Don't forget, Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Visit realestateradiotampa.com or text the word VALUE to their consumer advocacy hotline at 813-917-1894. Call Brandon today, 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, former USF football player and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Now, I used to quarterback our football teams, quarterback the sports teams I'm involved with. Dad was a coach, but now we're quarterbacking transactions for our sellers, our buyers, investors out there with Platinum MVP Realty. We're quarterbacking introductions for our listeners and our viewers of our show here, and we want to make sure we engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace. A couple different ways to engage us: 670-73 670-7372. Tampa number here, 670-7372. ConsumerQB.com. Just click on that expert contributors tab. You can see all of our expert contributors. Contact information is right there available for you. And if you want to send us an email, just click on the contact form and the emails come directly to me. My promise is we're going to get back to you before my head hits the pillow. And this segment is brought to you by Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. It's a meal plan starting at $90 a week. She delivers these to your home or office. Organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week. And Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I love it. On Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, I get my deliveries, and it's just awesome food, different types of flavors, all types of food here. And it's just excellent food. So what else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? We want you reaching out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. All right, we're back here in the studio talking with Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection. We're also going to bring Paul Bundschu into the conversation as well. He's the sales manager of One Stop Cooling and Heating. Talk about some indoor air quality. I think that's something very important that needs to be on your radar. And later in the show as well, we got Manny Febre, he's the vice president of Febre Frameworks here in studio. It's Intelligent Talk Radio. Let's go back to this with Jay Smith here, A Snoop Inspection. So what else are you seeing out there, Jay?
Well, as far as saving money on your energy, probably the least expensive thing you do to your home is re-insulate. Pile up that insulation in the attic. It's going to encompass your heating ducts, cooling ducts, and it's going to give you that barrier. It's not just for up north. That insulation will help hold in the cold air. And the biggest thing you can do around your house when you replace it is a better heating and cooling system. And of course, Paul over here, I'm sure can enlighten us a whole lot more on better systems that you can do in your home, more efficient systems than what you're currently using.
It's all about efficiency, isn't it, Paul?
It definitely is. The older systems, they eat up your electric. I actually had a customer, this is a little testimonial here, had a customer, we changed her unit out about 2 months ago, and she has a little condo. Last summer, she was spending $200 a month in electric bills, and she got her first electric bill for in the heat of the summer, with it being hot now, and it was $120. All she's done is changed her unit out. So
that's some big savings there.
You can definitely save a lot of money by going to a higher SEER unit or even a 14, 15 SEER unit. If your unit's 12, 15, 20 years old, you're going to save 20, 30, 40% on your electric bill.
Wow. Yeah, the other thing, the studies that you talked about last time with these different add-ons that you can do to your, even if it's an existing system that you have, you can go in, you can clean the air ducts. Let's talk about that, and then let's also bring in the air purifier, because that's such an important thing. The indoor air quality is a major issue today.
Yeah, it is. We actually have a customer that has really bad allergies. We changed her system out. It really didn't help her a lot. We've now gone in. We've cleaned her ductwork out and put in an air night, and she said it makes heads and tails difference. It's like night and day. She was sneezing and coughing and sickly. Her house made her sick. Her house was sick, and that's what they call it, is a sick house. And she was living in it. She was an older lady, and she really didn't get out that much. And her kids were the ones that purchased the new system for her, cleaned her ductwork for her, to try to get her healthy again. Yep. And she said that it's just amazing what it does to her.
Yeah, when you look at that, I look at my fiance. She's one of those types, and she sneezes a lot. And I think it was because it rained the other night. And we were out to dinner, and it was just one of the worst attacks of sneezing I've ever seen. So I think about, adding this purifier. Again, if you just joined us, I'm Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host. We're talking with Paul Bundschu. He's the sales manager of One Stop Cooling and Heating here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. But yeah, she was sneezing so much, she said she needed to go by we were heading back from dinner, and she needed to go by CVS or Walgreens and pick up some type of a remedy. And I said, I need to get some earplugs too, because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah, we put these systems in doctor's office, dentist's office, in a lot of medical facilities, and it really helps out. It really kills the bacteria, it kills flu viruses, mold, mildew. Pretty much anything that blows through your house, and it makes your house healthy again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So if you're doing a new construction build, is that something you would add into the plans, or is it an add-on after the fact? How do you do that?
We can do it either way. We can add it on, or we can install it right at the installation, or we can do it add-on after the fact. I can put these systems on 30-year-old air conditioners or 3-day-old air conditioners or 3-hour-old air conditioners. They are adaptable to anything. I do recommend when you do put them in, that we give us an opportunity to clean your ductwork, because there's a lot of stuff that's contaminated in your ductwork, and it's just I've seen some crazy dirty stuff come out of people's ductwork.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty crazy. Jay, you're up in the attics a lot of times when you're doing these home inspections. What are you seeing up there, man? Is it because a lot of times I think, and also Paul, these ductworks will get kinked up, and it's going to cause less air to flow.
Well, sometimes you run into the problems with someone crawling through an attic, and it can even be a home inspector or someone checking for termites, that they've pushed the ductwork around and actually kinked it.
Right.
So double checking that stuff, and hopefully your heating and air guy, if you're running into a problem, is actually going up there and double checking some of those situations.
Right. Yeah, that happens.
When we install a system, my guys get up there in the attic and they go through the whole attic and make sure that the ductwork is not kinked. It's got nice airflow. And they also check it for rodent damage and things like that.
Right.
Because that's a huge thing here in Florida. We get squirrels and fruit rats and things up in your attic, and they just can destroy your ductwork.
Right.
But Paul, can you go by and open up a couple of them before I go up in the attic so it's a little cooler for me? I would appreciate that.
I bet you would.
Yeah, it gets hot up there.
And that's what we run into too, is even where the ductwork is opened up somewhere, and you're actually cooling the attic some.
Yeah, that's a big frustration. You wonder what's going on.
Yeah, we see that all the time, where people are air conditioning your attic. I've actually been in attics that are probably 20 degrees cooler than what they really should be. I mean, my guys were up in an attic yesterday. They called me. They said, "Man, this attic is hot," and they had a thermometer up there. I never put a thermometer up in the attic when I worked. When I was doing installs, because I didn't want to know how hot it was. It was like 145 degrees in the attic.
Yeah, that's that's something else, man. I remember from Pop Warner football when the kids try to lose the weight. Some of them would climb up there with the bags on and trying to cut weight or wrestling and stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, that's one way to do it. But look, well, let's twist this over to a call to action. Let's make this into a call to action. So, both Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, and Paul Bundschu have brought up some pretty good ideas here. Some great ideas as a homeowner, preventative maintenance type issues. So if you want to engage us, we'd love for you to pull out your smartphone, shoot us a call or a text. Maybe I'll let them describe. Jay, for as little as $150 or $100 or so, you can do a 4-point inspection.
Sure.
Check everything out for them. And then Paul, you got something around a $49.
We have $49 service calls, $79 inspections.
Yeah.
And that's all year round. We do it all the time.
Yeah, so if you're a listener out there, you want to take them up on this offer, just shoot us a quick call or a text to our hotline at 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Call us or shoot us a text message. We'd love to hear from you about that and helping you with these decisions, helping you think a layer deeper, kind of giving that helicopter view of the market. That's what we take great pride in here with the Quarterback Show, making you more street smart. And these systems, we're going into that time where, luckily we're in May right now, but you start looking at July and August, man, it's going to really be heating up. So make sure you take a look at this. And as far as the inspections go too, Jay, I talk to my sellers when I'm doing listing appointments. I mean, I like to get these upfront home inspections done right away. This way we understand before the buyer finds out if there are any delinquencies in the home.
Well, the biggest thing is the old houses. You get a house older than 30 years old, and your new buyer is going to have to get insurance. And to get insurance, they have to have at least the 4-point inspection done.
Right.
And the 4 points on the main 4 items of your house: your heating and cooling, the plumbing, electrical, and the roof.
Yep.
And of course, roofing being one of the big issues all the time, but also sometimes the electrical is what we're running into more and more.
Yeah.
Whether it's aluminum wiring or a panel that's not liked by the insurance companies that was defective. I mean, there's things that we can give them a heads up on that won't slow down process of getting that house sold.
That's right. Yeah, non-commission based advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're helping you think a layer deeper. When we come back as well, we're going to talk with Manny Febre. He's the vice president of Febre Frameworks. Talk about some real estate photography, drone, aerial shots, ways to really maximize the property, as well as more from Paul Bundschu, sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating, and Jay Smith with A Snoop Inspection, and Consumer Quarterback Show here, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show right here on iHeartRadio. And please check out realestateradiotampa.com to buy or sell real estate and see all of his expert contributors. Thank you.
Don't forget, Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Visit realestateradiotampa.com or text the word valued to their consumer advocacy hotline at 813-917-1894. Call Brandon today, 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. And we've got a free digital marketing and business growth seminar coming up on Thursday, the 25th at the Hotel Zamora. Our hotel partner is hosting this awesome seminar. It's a digital marketing and business growth seminar here in Tampa Bay at the Hotel Zamora, the 25th, 3 to 5:30. Now at 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're going to be taking it up to the rooftop. We're going to have open networking, and we're going to have all of our expert contributors. Most of our expert contributors should be there. A lot of other business connections to be made, and we got a business coach going to be giving out some great content, as well as a digital marketing expert at our 25th, on the 25th of May. It's 3 to 5:30 at the Hotel Zamora, and learn more to earn more. Come on out and understand more about digital marketing, making sure your websites are mobile friendly, click to call, Facebook retargeting, how to retarget online, how to utilize Google in a positive manner. So come on out. It's a free event. Submit the form at consumerqb.com. consumerqb.com. There's a contact form. Just make sure you want to RSVP for that. And I got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 1401 Seminole Boulevard in Largo. This is just reduced $459,000. Owner is very motivated here. It's a great opportunity. Corner lot, 0.82 acres in the city of Largo with 200 feet of frontage within the city of Largo. Zone commercial, general, and is mixed use. 1401 Seminole Boulevard in Largo. And we got 84-acre development opportunity. Attention builders, developers out there. 2606 North Valrico Road in Sefner. $1.7 million for 84 acres. Actually, we just reduced this one down. I think it's closer to 1.7 would be the price point. Looking for offers on this thing. The owner is motivated. 2606 North Valrico Road in beautiful Tampa Bay. Close proximity to I-4 and I-75. And this segment is brought to you by the Hotel Zamora in beautiful St. Pete Beach. It's the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. Whitewashed Mediterranean palace with expansive luxury suites with balconies overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway. Got rooftop yoga on the weekends, as well as the Castile Restaurant is a awesome restaurant. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If you're in South St. Pete there, go check them out, the Hotel Zamora. Now, if you want to book a staycation, make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. You're going to get a 15 to 20% discount off your room stay at the Hotel Zamora just by mentioning the REQB code. So give them a call today, 3701 Gulf Boulevard. Great opportunity to have a nice little staycation here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right, here in studio, Jay Smith, Snoop Inspection, Paul Bundschu, Sales Manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating, and Manny Febre, Vice President of Febre Frameworks, filling in for his brother today. So let's go ahead and bring Manny into the conversation. So Manny, you guys are doing an awesome job out there. I mean, I see these photos come back from our listings, these drone videos, these drone shots. Man, you're adding a significant value to these real estate agents out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have the photography that really brings out the house and really showcases it. But now in this day and age with the new technology, you really have to go the extra step. And with our newer packages, when you have a virtual tour, which basically showcases the house almost like Google Maps, and it really, you know, brings a cutting edge when you're going to your listing presentation and you're really trying to win that listing. Mm-hmm. And then we have our video walkthroughs that are just like little short movies, really showcasing the house, you know, at its finest. So, you know, those really help out, you know, to win that listing.
Yeah, especially if it's a staged property. Let's talk about that. So you're literally just walking through, kind of coming in left and right. You're showing each room. What's a short video of that capacity? How many minutes roughly?
So we're talking about usually about a 2-minute video. You know, you get the aerial video in there, so you get to see the vantage point of the property. Mm-hmm. You know, you really see, you know, if it's, you know, on the beach or in a really good location, you can look at it and really see, you know, everything around it, along with the beautiful inside. You know, we can do a lot of luxury properties, so you get a lot of insight from the video, and people really like them because you can post them on Facebook. You know, show off your listing, and people love doing that.
Yeah, and there's so much more that you can do as far as the marketing goes. It's amazing the way that you can target online now. You have such a built-in, you know, the logistics of these buyers, the amount of you know, the jobs, the different types. I got an intelligent phone system I use now, so when people call, it's actually kind of freaky. Some people I say, I got your email here as well. Oh, how'd you get my email? I already have it. I mean, the technology these days is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is.
In the Facebook pages, I mean, it'll show how much they owe on their house, how much they're renting for, if they do have a rental, how much they owe. Some of the technology is neat. So I love to talk with you know, Sean Febre, Manny Febre here with Febre Frameworks, real estate photography at its finest, and you guys are really growing significantly.
Yeah, it's never ending right now. You know, when you bring fair prices and you really, you know, produce a great product, a lot of people are going to use you because it's all about saving money at the end of the day. And if you continue to help, you know, realtors save money, they're going to keep coming back, especially with that high quality product.
That's right. And you guys have a large coverage area too.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we're out in Orlando, we're out in Sarasota. We're really trying to grow as big as, you know, all over the United States. We really want to take this global, and we're going to keep working because we want to be relentless, and we're going to keep going until we are all over the United States.
Yeah, I love that, man. You guys are passionate about it. I love the entrepreneurial spirit, definitely alive, and Your brother's done a great job when he comes on the show as well. And and when you look at the market, you look at Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Bradenton, Sarasota. You look at where we're at here. You've got definitely built-in appreciation. You got year-over-year appreciation. You got 1,000 people, as Jay mentioned earlier, 1,000 people a day moving to the area. So the real estate market is booming, man.
Yeah, there's nothing about it. Tampa's hot. We got the beaches. We got the nice areas. I mean, why wouldn't you want to live here? We got the best, NFL team, the Bucks, about to, really take it all the way, I feel, this year. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, man. It reminds me of the Work Done charities. Have Work Done on the show. I got to play that clip now.
Work done. Warwick spins to the 10. He's to the 5. 4-2. Touchdown.
It's almost that time. We're kind of coming through the summer here. It's kind of a slow time in this year, Jay. You mentioned, what's going on with sports, but the baseball season and, for the football guy, I love the football side of it. That didn't start for a while. You got the NBA playoffs. I've kind of watched less and less of that over the years. I guess the hockey's playing. But yeah, that's pretty neat.
Without the lightning in it, we're not really paying attention as much.
Right. Yeah. Yep. They kind of fizzled out this year, I guess.
Yeah, they were close. One game out. Just couldn't quite make it in.
All right, so we got an interesting story here. By the way, if you just joined us, I'm Brandon Rhymes. I'm your host. We've got Jay Smith, Snoop Inspection, Paul Bundschu, sales manager of One Stop Cooling and Heating, as well as Manny Febre. He's the vice president of Febre Frameworks. And we got an interesting story. Anthony, our producer, does a great job getting us these top 10s. But we've got top 10 rags to riches success stories of all times, according to mensxp.com. So who comes to mind, Jay? Top 10 rags to riches.
Wow.
Anybody come to mind there?
Really drawing a blank. Well, I mean, I was from Baltimore. I remember watching Oprah Winfrey on the local news station.
Yeah.
So I would guess she's got to be one of them.
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey is on the list. That's what a great story that is. I mean,
yeah.
So she started off as a actual local newscaster.
A local newscaster in Baltimore. I'm originally from Baltimore, so she was on the show with another gentleman. Morning. It was the morning news.
Yeah, born a housemaid and a coal miner, Oprah definitely did not grow out of the lap of luxury, living the life of a poverty. She used to have to wear dresses made out of potato sacks and was molested by relatives from she's entered the world in media. So now she's grown up. We know, she's got her own network now.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a great story. Paul, who comes to mind for you, man?
Well, Henry Ford invented the car and the
movie camera
assembly line.
Yeah, assembly line. That's what I was where I was trying to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, what a great one. He was a farm boy, went on to revolutionize the transportation industry in America. Ford was very interested in mechanics from a young age. He dismantled, reassembled a pocket watch at the age of 15. His father has given him a self-taught watch repairman who graduated from an apprentice machinist. Ford started his personal experiments on gasoline engines, which was the beginning of his vast Ford empire's net worth. And his net worth, as per Forbes in 2008, is a cool $188.1 billion. Wow. That's bigger than some countries, I think.
Bigger than most countries.
Who comes to mind for you, Manny? Who thinks in the top 10 here? Who comes to mind for you?
Well, I'm probably thinking like Walt Disney, to start off something like that, where millions of people all over the world come around and, go to this fantasy land. I really think that, man, he really did it, like nobody else.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. The article reads here, his child would have been dreary without this genius of a man, Walt Disney, who also bought another boy brought up in a farm. He used to draw pictures of his neighbors for money. He used to be a cartoonist for the school's newspaper. Disney went on through the jobless phase where no one hired him, and his brother had helped him out with the job search. Interesting content. More from our expert contributors. We're going to finish up this top 10 list of the top 10 rags to riches success stories of all times, and more from our expert contributors. We're also going to jump into this lightning round. Now, the lightning round is going to give you your top tips, things to do, things to avoid, and parting words of advice, nuggets of advice from our expert expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Giving a big shout out as well to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
Don't forget, Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Visit realestateradiotampa.com or text the word valued to their consumer advocacy hotline at 813-917-1894. Call Brandon today, 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, also a published author and a professional speaker. We'd love for you to check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves, teaching you how to start your own radio show, your TV show, or maybe even a podcast, and how to harness the power of the media and become a center of influence in your marketplace. Helping you win in any marketplace here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me. Jay Smith, owner of Snoop Inspection. Paul Bundschu, he's the sales manager, One Stop Cooling and Heating, as well as Manny Febre, vice president of Febre Frameworks. And before the break, we were talking about this top 10 rags to riches success stories of all time, according to mensxp.com. We're going to come back with that. And I want to give a big shout out to Hula Bay, our official restaurant partner right here in South Tampa. 5210 Tyson Avenue in beautiful South Tampa. Hula Bay, awesome restaurant, wide variety on the menu, waterfront ambiance, excellent sushi. The sushi is shipped in fresh from Hawaii every 2 days, and they've got a great, friendly staff over there. Longtime restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show and Hula Bay right here in South Tampa. Also on the weekends, they have a great bands and other attractions there with Duke's, the retired surfer bar, down below. So go say hello to Todd. Let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you over there at Hula Bay, our official restaurant partner. All right, so we're talking about this top 10 list. Let's go through. We got the top 10 rags to riches success stories of all time. So We named a couple on the list. Let's go down the list here. So number 3 on the list is Ralph Lauren. So born in a strict Jewish family, a house painter for a father, Ralph Lauren grew up with big dreams. He used to sell ties to his classmates to earn some cash, and he mentioned in the yearbook that he wanted to be a millionaire. His interest went from helping put his foot through the door of bigger achievements in the fashion world, and he became a designer of clothes in The Great Gatsby in 1974. He was catapulted into fame, which he commands today. So that's a big one there.
Wow, I'm stuck around.
Yeah, he's been around. Yeah, there's a good point. He's a lot of one-hit wonders, so to speak, in that space as well. All right, number 4, we've all heard of this guy. This Apple founder is a household name now. Jobs was given away for adoption by his biological parents and became interested in electronics after his foster dad showed him the joys of technical tinkering in their house in the garage. He went on to drop out of college. His education was costing his foster parents a lot. He used to return Coke bottles for money and live on free meals at the Hare Krishna Temple. Hare Krishna Temple, and a hippie who used to trip on LSD. Jobs went on to be from a technician at Atari to become the CEO of Apple. So we've all seen that one. We've heard and seen the movie. I saw the movie there, the Steve Jobs movie. Interesting how they They did a biographic rendering on that. The other thing, Coke bottles. You guys used to do that? I used to do the Coke bottles back in the day. Put them in the little red wagon, carry them down. Carry them down. All right, number 5 on the list. This is an interesting one as well. Branson went from being Richard Branson, a dyslexic kid who performed badly in school, to a British business magnate with a net worth of $4.6 billion. There was a time when he started his record business from a crypt of a church, and now he's the 4th richest citizen in the UK. And this entrepreneur is an example of how one can become eccentric and yet rake in the moolah. And you think about Richard Branson. I mean, he's done some pretty dynamic openings or grand openings of businesses. I remember the one time he went down Main Street in New York City, or Wall Street, was it, dressed as a bride. Remember that, when he's kicking off Virgin Bride? So he's eccentric. He's willing to get the attention. It kind of reminds me of Grant Cardone. A guy like Grant Cardone has been on the show, and he just talks about, hey, there's 7 billion people on the planet. They got to know you, to be able to make money from you. So that in that space. So. And this guy, I was able to hear him speak at Tony Robbins' Business Mastery. This gentleman, John Paul DeGioia, he was born to an Italian and Greek immigrant parents. This billionaire had to sell newspapers as he was 9 to support his family. He lived in foster home, part of a street game that jumped through a number of jobs. With a loan of $700, he began what is now known around the world as Paul Mitchell line of hair products. And he went on to own 70% of the Patron Spirits Company, the ultimate premium tequila brand. So he's a rags to riches story. He had a great story as well over there at the Business Mastery in West Palm Beach last year when I went to see him speak. That was pretty cool. We talked about Oprah Winfrey. Here's number 8. Somebody had mentioned this earlier. J.K. Rowling. Born in a lowly English family, Rowling battled depression, suicidal tendencies, poverty, become one of the most beloved British authors in the world. Her hugely popular Harry Potter series, highly imaginative as a kid who thrived on stories. She drew from her surroundings and the people in her life as inspirations for the books, and now become one of the biggest movie franchises. From her humble beginnings, she has gone to become one of the most powerful women in the United Kingdom.
Wow.
Pretty interesting.
Yep.
And number 9 on the list, Damon John. A boy grew up in Queens. Could not have been pegged John as a potential entrepreneur who went on to become the CEO of the hip-hop clothing brand FUBU. So we see him on Shark Tank. You guys watch Shark Tank?
Yep, sure do.
It's a good show, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. There's some really interesting episodes. I love to see the inventive, the entrepreneur spirit, like you were talking about just a minute ago, Manny, is the entrepreneur spirit, man. We live in the best time to make money ever on the planet. You look at the internet, you look at all the different access to equity or investors, and a lot of times when you hear people talking negatively, they say, well, I didn't have enough resources, I didn't have enough money, I didn't have this. But what they didn't have was resourcefulness. That's the key. It's just being resourceful.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, what me and my brother always did is we sat there, we listened to Grant Cardone, such as yourself too.
Yep.
He really motivated us, and Les Brown really changed us. To go for it all.
That's right.
Anybody can do it. You just have to have the drive, and you really have to be relentless, completely.
That's right. Yep, be obsessed, right? Be obsessed or be average.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. We're jumping into our lightning round. Lightning round. Top tips, things to do, things to avoid, nuggets of advice. Jay Smith, Snoop inspection.
Well, number one, don't forget about mentioning the insulation in your attic. You get your home inspection, you move on, you move into the house, and you forget about that. You'd be surprised how much money more insulation and inexpensive it is to do in your home. Other than that, if you're buying that new home, please call us. Snoop can go out, give you a good idea of what you're buying, and give you the scoop on the next house you're purchasing.
That's
Call
right,
Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop inspection. $125, $150 or so for a 4-point inspection, and you got to know. Don't go into that transaction not knowing what you have. All right, Paul Bundschu.
One of the best things you can do for your air conditioner is change your filters every month or when some of the filters are 90-day filters, but change your filters regularly and get your system tuned up. It's just like your car. If you don't change the oil in your car, you don't expect the motor to last very long. But if you same thing with your air conditioner, you don't get it tuned up, it's probably not going to last as long as it should.
Yeah, and it breaks down during the summer. You're going to be stressed out.
But now we're stressed out.
All right, Manny. Manny Febre.
Well, I like to tell everybody, all the realtors out there, is basically our lowest package is $100. Don't take your own photos. Just have us go out there and take the photos for you. You'll definitely be very grateful for it, and you'll sell your house a lot faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that quality. I mean, you guys do some nice work where you have the wide-angle lenses. It's going to make the rooms look a little bigger. Yeah. It's going to add the lighting, the shadows where they need to be.
Yeah, we're going to make it look pretty. If you want to sell your house, use us, and we're going to sell it for you, along with your great realtor. It's going to be easy.
Nice. Yep, absolutely. All right, let's do one more round here. Quick tips, things to do, things to avoid, nuggets of advice. Jay Smith.
Just get it inspected. I mean, do not buy a house without getting it inspected. We're going to be there for 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on the size of the property, and we'll give you a heads up on what you're buying.
Paul, one more tip. I would say something along the indoor air quality, man.
If you're having allergy problems, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to come out there and look and see what you got going on and talk to you about getting your air cleaned in your house.
Yeah, it's such an important topic. You look at your health. I talk about Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet and our, the different types on it when it comes to meals and healthy meals. One of the areas we overlook is our health in terms of the indoor air quality. So that's a good one.
Yeah, the air in your house is 10 times more polluted than the air outside your house because there's no air infiltration anymore. Everything's sealed up so tight, it's all stuck inside.
Absolutely. Manny, parting words, parting nuggets of advice.
If you got a luxury listing, spend a little bit more money, get a video walkthrough, do a 3D virtual tour. You won't be sorry. It'll really help sell the house quicker.
That's right. And awesome lineup here today. Great nuggets of advice. I appreciate all of our listeners out there. And also, Smart Move Moving and Storage is our official moving partner. Big shout out to Hannah and her team over at Smart Move Moving and Storage. We'd love for you to reach out to her next time you're in a moving area. And also, thank you for tuning into the show and all of our expert contributors here. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Something as simple as packing up leftover food or groceries you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see on the side of the road that is in need. Other ways to volunteer or to be a force for good, it would be to volunteer, donate time, donate your efforts, and go out and get involved with your local organizations. A lot of great organizations here in Tampa Bay that you can involve with and engage with. ConsumerQB.com is our website. Submit the form. We'd love to hear some feedback from you at ConsumerQB.com, as well as our hotline at 813-670-7372. Anything we can do to help in the capacity of real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, 80 categories here to help you win. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Don't forget, Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Visit realestateradiotampa.com or text the word valued to their consumer advocacy hotline at 813-917-1894. Call Brandon today, 813-917-1894.